Hello, everyone, and welcome to our third episode of Interhouse Diaries. Our guests for today's episode are Royal Chargers captain Prakhar Sharma and Starks captain Avee Gandhi. So, guys, before we talk about the Interhouse games, there's one question that everyone wants to know about.
When will Huskies win a game?
That we'll talk about later, but before that, what happened this summer? Starting from Prakhar. You tell me about it.
There was climate change. It was a particularly hot summer.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hot heads going around,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it.
I can't say anything much more than that.
All right.
Do you have any direct questions, Raghav,
About what?
about when Huskies will win?
Huskies, I mean, the next two games, we still have a chance to win. Why not?
Out of the 13 games you played in the
We
last
leave all those games behind. Two games, new forward steps. We take two
sure.
new
Guys,
steps.
I'm the biggest fan of Huskies. Okay, let me just put it out there.
Prakhar, you took a sem off. What happened? Like the first game after you came, new interhouse season.
Yep.
What was your mindset going to the first game of the game?
My mindset going into the first game was that a lot of the Chargers that I'm playing with this year are first years. So I want to give them opportunity. I want to allow them to explore themselves and allow people who have the power to make decisions and make UTSC teams to have a look at them. But at the same time, I got to understand that these are the first years. They are also trying to blend in. Like most of them are international students. They're trying to blend into the country. So they get a very inclusive environment where they can become friends with not just their teammates, but with the oppositions as well. And I think so far it has been so good. Like all the first years have really impressed me. Not to take anything away from the guys who have been in the team for a while. I mean, like Parintha, Shesta. I mean, they have been there for a while, and they have been, they have been really like supportive of the team and of me. So it's great to be back.
Why did you take a sem off?
Okay, let's address the.
Elephant in the room, yes.
So guys, so to sum the things up. So there was a TCPL game during the summer. TCPL. What does TCPL stand for?
Gandhi?
Toronto Post-Secondary Cricket League.
Can you now say it in English and a little louder?
Toronto Post-Secondary Cricket League.
Okay, so yeah, so there was a competition that was going on, and I think we were participating. St. George was participating. McMaster was there, and York was there. So we were playing the semi-final game against York. We had to chase 89, 90 runs.
Mm-hmm.
I think some lovely bowling effort there by I think Shankar bowled well. Famit and Shankar bowled well that game if I remember right. Then your boy Prakhar with three back-to-back sixes was on top of Iraj. Iraj, right? That was Iraj was bowling, right? Yeah, Iraj Alavi. Three back-to-back sixes on him, and the next over, I think who was bowling? Wasik?
I don't remember the exact
I'm pretty sure Wasik was bowling. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the tall guy.
Yeah, Wasik was bowling. So how the incident happened was I was about to take my stance, and then the bowler was about to bowl, and then suddenly the bails fell off due to the wind, and the legendary umpire Simon Toffel here signaled a dead ball. Okay, so I started moving away, but the guy came in and I hit a shot, and it went to Medan, who caught the ball, and his webbing split open. The umpire at that time had given it not out, but then we had to take a little break for medical attention because the guy's thing, the webbing split open.
He had stitches that day.
He had stitches that day. I mean, guys, I hit the ball that hard, but like he had to get stitches that day. We took a little break off. When we came back, I was told that I'm actually being given out. I think York had threatened to leave the game, leave the tournament if I don't be given out. And after that, I think there was an exchange. There was an altercation on the field, an exchange of words between me and Avee. And after that, I was banned for a semester.
Okay, let me get into the story now. First of all, coming to the game itself, let's get into the game and then I'll get to the ban later on what the reason for the ban was. Coming to the game itself, what happened in that specific over was that the ball was bowled, the bails did fall off.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys didn't read the ban, I think that is pretty detailed. Like the letter that
Yes,
explains
well,
everything. Like it'll explain you what the audience was wearing as well. Okay.
Jokes apart, but that was the sum of the situation. And as I wrote the report, we had all these concerns and put inside. The reason why, first of all, as an umpire, I reversed my decision and gave it a not out, was not because of York's threatening of leaving the tournament them trying to do what they were trying to do as a team, but it was because there was a genuine appeal, as they said that when the ball was bowled and when the ball was in the air after it released the bowler's hand, that's when the bails fell off. Now, during that time, I have not recalled, but I think someone from the back, maybe the wicketkeeper or whatnot, after like maybe in that time, maybe he said the bills fell off or something like that. I do not recall hearing that. After the ball was bowled and Prakhar Sharma hit that shot, again, it was all in the moment of the heat. I signaled a dead ball. I again did not say it out loud. I signaled a dead ball. And Prakhar did not actually look at me or even say that it was a dead
Oh no,
ball.
I actually did see you. Yeah.
Okay, you did see
And the
me,
watch
but
is pretty quick, yo.
as okay, yeah, that agreed on that.
Yeah.
He is pretty quick. So again, it's in a minute. It's in not even a second, in a fraction of a second, that ball went from bowler's hand to the batsman. So again, the signaling might be a little delayed or whatnot. But Prakash Sharma, if he did see me before he hit the ball, as a cricketer, he should have stepped back, or as a batsman, he should have stepped back instead of going and hitting it fully with full power. As he said right now, just before, I hit the ball so hard that I ripped the webbing. That explains a lot. That was
No, but like
that was a
that's
fully,
that's a natural reaction. If someone's coming, like I mean, Wasik's really quick. I mean he's not as quick as you, like 160 miles, but like
35 miles. 135 miles.
he's not 135 miles, but he's pretty quick. And the thing is, if someone's coming at you fast, I mean, I'm gonna play a shot, okay? Like it's not like I'm not gonna play a shot.
no doubt about that. You're going to play a shot, but again, you had the option to back away or to play that shot. But from what I saw, it was a fully attempted shot, and it was a shot that was taken without the knowledge of seeing that it might be a dead ball. So it was a
No,
full-fledged.
but as per as the
It was a full-fledged. Let me finish. Let me complete. It was a full-fledged shot, and because of that, we decided that after the appeal from Europe, that we will be giving it out. And again, the decision was not something that was just made by the umpire. Before I even reversed my decisions, I spoke to both the team captains. It was Prabhat Sharma and Ahmed Saeed, or co-president at UCC. Both of them agreed upon it. They both agreed upon the decision, and that's when we gave him out. After we gave him out, again, there's a way or procedure to appeal or to go its way. He decided to come and start yelling at the umpire, swearing at the umpire, and cursing at the umpire. So at that point,
Actually, let me put things straight out there. I didn't say the first curse word. Someone else said the first curse word. I didn't say the. I agree. I said the curse word afterward, but I
who
didn't.
was the person that said the first curse word?
You.
When did you hear that?
You said I'm not okay. I'm not gonna repeat what it was, but like you said the first curse word. Because generally when I'm playing cricket, I tend to not swear. I mean, like I'll trip you hard, but I won't really swear.
Okay. Let's not get into that debate. But again, there was some swearing done, or there was some verbal abuse done towards the umpire. At that point, I didn't have to.
Actually, towards both the parties. Okay, that's just like singling out one person, but that's towards the both parties. Because the umpire, I mean, as much as you need to respect the guy, he also did say stuff.
Okay. Now that you complete it, I'll come back to
No,
it.
come back here, finish it.
So I'll come back to it. The umpire, as an umpire, or as a player, he should know better as to not get involved in a verbal abuse with the umpire itself. That's one, unethical, and that's not something that a cricket player should be doing, especially someone with the caliber of Prakhar. And that's why we had consequences and banned him from TCPL. Now that TCPL ban for a year or for the rest of the season was his consequence for the abuse that the behavior displayed. That was that ban, and that was clarified in my report and my
The report was a pretty nasty report, guys. If you haven't read it,
if you want to read it, please message me. I'll send it directly to you. It's not a problem with me.
guys, the funny
Another
thing was-
opportunity to slide into Gandhi's DMs.
Oh my god, no.
Okay, back to the topic. Back to the topic. The
But
ban-
guys, let me just finish this though, yo. First of all, when that came out, I was actually like, when I read that, I actually took a screenshot of it, and I'm like, this is worth reading. Like, borrow the topic. I mean, it's an amazing work of English. Like, this guy, he has done English A11. He has obtained 89% in that course.
Did you use MS Word Translator half the time?
I'm not you, Raghav. I don't make grammatic mistakes.
By the
That's
way, guys,
autocorrect, by the way.
guys, please drop down the spelling of grammar in the comment section below. Okay, and tag Raghav in it. Okay.
Okay, back to the topic. The ban now from the club as an exec. What he did there, he was not just representing UTSC, but he was also representing the UTSC Cricket Club's exec team there. And that's why the 1-year ban we placed was due to that. Now again, the ban, I'll let you know that this was not the first time that we've warned Prakhar on his behavior. We have emails. I have emails to prove it here. In September, I think, let me give you the exact date. If my execs know this, they will all be aware of this at that time. September 15, 2018, we sent the Prakhar official warning about his behavior on the group chats and about his language that he's used on group chats then.
But that's
And
not just like a one-way thing again, okay? I mean, like he's
again,
the president, he has the power, he can tell
Prakhar,
people
again,
that, but it's
the
not
pro-
just like the one-sided use, okay? I mean, I have screenshots, but like I
Yes,
don't go around
buddy,
flashing
Prakhar,
them, but
Prakhar.
he also used
Coming
the
back to the
languages.
No, no, let's
TCPL,
finish,
yes,
let's
let's,
finish on
yeah.
Okay, sure, sure.
So it's not like something out of the Pandora's box that we just banned him because of that one behavior. It was a constant appeal and a constant attitude that he was showing at that point, and due to that we took that action. Now, just a recent reminder for me, as just before the TCPL game, there was a dispute between Prakhar and Divish on the group chat about the color of the uniform. Something as simple as that.
No, that was between you and me. Not Devesh wasn't involved. Devesh wasn't involved till much later.
Okay, but again, it was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
civilized talk, and how we had a decision on the club exec team had a decision on uniform color and the design of it, and then Prakhar had to after the days of voting were over, after I think 1 or 2 days were over, Prakhar comes in, messages, and starts using foul language to demand a change for that uniform, as he thought it was not right. Again, his appeal was accepted, but his language was not accepted, and that's something I've made clear on my reports as well. And before we banned him, that's something I made clear, that he, as a UCC exec, should have a better should have a better attitude towards the other execs and the whole exec team. Now, that was the reason of the ban, and that was the reason that we banned him for a year. And again, my whole approach was a ban was not personal, as it was something professional. You
That was my gym look. That was my gym look in the camera.
You can smile about that, but again, that's something I'll say that out loud and open, is that it was not personal, and that's why we even cut the ban short. For the as a UCC member, we cut this ban short to only 1 semester instead of a full year, which was initially what was written in the ban.
But Gandhi, my question to you now is, okay, I agree I use foul language, but there have been times that you have used foul language too against me, and you have used it against the umpire as well, as Raghav
It's
will
okay, Prakhar, it
testify.
is what it is.
No,
Let's move on
Raghav
to
will
Interhouse
testify.
games.
Okay, Raghav will testify.
I'll come to that.
But why is that the rules apply more to certain execs but not to certain other
Now
ones?
let me come to that. I know that we have spoken about this before. Last time I gave you a warning in September 15, 2018. I've told everyone that, hey, yes, it was wrong from both sides. We both used foul language against each other, and that was not acceptable. And we need to grow up as a better exec, and we need to grow on that. Now, again, after that
I'll
was
agree with you, yeah.
again after that was agreed upon, we made a decision that we were not going to be displaying this type of behavior in the exec chat or in public. And I think on my end, I've held that deal quite
No,
well.
actually I have screenshots, you haven't. I have.
You
Alright,
can show-
moving on.
You can show
to
that, but again, I think
Interhouse games now.
No, security,
I know.
stay out.
Not now. 2 more minutes.
So,
All right, moving to Interhouse
we
games
have
now.
proved
The
that
first
before.
games, the first game that we're gonna talk about is Starks versus Chargers. Again, between both you two.
Yes, guys.
Why not Huskies versus who was playing Huskies again?
Corner Tigers.
We
yeah.
should
We'll
record.
go in the.
We
No.
should record a 30-second segment about Huskies games and just play it over every week, okay?
Like I'm just saying.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
That was the first game.
Starks versus Chargers.
That's you going in reverse order.
Why
Starts versus
not?
Chargers
Why
are the
not?
last game of the week. Okay,
Let's
let me
start with
open
the
it
first
up.
game. No, I
First
have it
game of the
open
day.
here.
Oh, you have it open? Okay.
Let's start it from here. Huskies versus Corner Tigers.
All right.
Okay, so this is again a question written by our friend here, Raghav. Huskies batting first. What was the mindset behind that, Raghav?
Did you guys win the toss?
Yes, we won the toss.
And you
Still
decided
decided
to
to bat first?
Yeah, we decided bat first because I feel like they have a much better bowling lineup as compared to their batting lineup.
Fair enough.
So if you could put like a decent score on the scoreboard, we could like, and if we could get like Ahmed or we're not early, we were like pretty confident we could like contain them at the end. But that was not the case. I mean,
Why not?
we had like a slow start in the beginning. Like we had a slow start. Like Waleed and I think Atik, they contained really well. So did Ahmed. But like slowly we like increased the score to 44. And I thought it was like a decent total if we could still get an early wicket.
But do you think, they had girls or no?
Yeah, they did had goals.
Okay, so do you think 9 overs, 45, it's a little underpowered to be honest in my opinion, because you're not even like 6 runs and over.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you even accidentally, I mean, it's a pretty small ground. If you end up like even one edge and that goes for a boundary, they already have the run for the
But
over.
as saw against the games against Stark in the game against like Starks versus
Oh, we'll come to that.
Strikers,
Yeah, that was a good game.
that was a very close game, and the target was like what 36.
Yeah.
But again, you have to understand that there is a bowling lineup that we have that can stop Tigers from making those runs, and we have seen it countless times in this tournament right now. That the bowling lineup doesn't matter how small the score is, they have came through. As of Huskies, we don't see that happening.
No, I'm talking about the Strikers versus Starks game. Like the
Yeah.
score was still like
Yeah,
so
even
small.
then we
yeah.
went till the last over, and we'll come to that. But we went to the last over in that, and we kept it really tight because we have such a strong bowling lineup.
Yeah, I mean definitely we could have scored like quicker in the beginning as well. Like 10-15 runs here and there would have been like would have changed the complexion of the game, but it's okay. It is what it is.
Let's talk more
Yeah.
about the loss and the losses behind that.
Actually,
why
Raghav,
is-
my question to you
Yeah.
as the Huskies captain is, who do you think is your go-to bowler? Who is your my wicket-taking bowler?
Raghav Agarwal.
For example, I'll say this out loud. Like, if I need a wicket, I'm gonna go to one of the Akashes. Okay. Who's, I mean, like,
AP.
that's what I'm thinking of.
Both of them have P's.
Akash, P.
Both of them have P's at the end.
But like, yeah, even actually Abhay might go. But like, yeah.
For
Who's your
me,
go-to bowler?
Shahir has been our leading wicket taker this
Shahir did not play the
season.
last game though.
Apart from him, like
Do you
if he
think that
doesn't show
hindered-
up,
do you think that hindered your bowling lineup last week?
definitely yes. Like we didn't have Asim and Shahir, who were like two of our main bowlers. Like Asim can contain like is very economical when he bowls, and plus Shahir he has taken like 3 wickets this season already. So we were missing two of our important bowlers who could have like helped us change the
But
game
to
or
be
helped
honest,
us.
someone who has seen Asim grow up as a player, like I know Asim for like about 5-6 years now, and for someone who like I don't think this has been his best batting so far, but there's a lot more to come from that kid, and if he clicks, I think Huskies might actually win 1 or 2 games. Okay,
We have 2 games remaining. Hopefully we win both.
1 or 2 games in their careers.
Okay, yeah, but back to the topic. Why has you have been part of this team for a long time? Even like after you left Starks, you've been part of there. You've been here and back, but
He's still salty about that for some reason. I don't know why.
listen, man, I'm salty with a lot of players. We'll come to that later on, but there's a lot of things that were done incorrectly in the training practices. But back to that topic, why is it that Huskies, or rather be Shaheens, ever since they were formed as a team after they broke away from the Zalmis, why is it that you guys have only won 2 games out of the last 13 games you played?
From which one was against, wasn't one like a forfeit?
Yeah, no, that was like
No,
different.
that's different. We actually won 2 games.
13, one was forfeited because they didn't have enough players.
No, was it? No, we did get 5 players at the end.
point-
Remember Kashyap
from
came
the
and
stats, the point was awarded to the other team.
no, but Kashyap did come at the end, and we had 5
Then
players.
that game should have went on
Yeah, why didn't it?
because
No,
you
I
guys-
think it did went on, and
It's
we
not about
still
when-
lost the
it's
game
not
though.
about how many
But we
players
still
come,
played
it's
it.
about how many players come in the time limit set aside.
No,
you
I think
can't bring a player in the last 15 minutes of the game and say, hey, we have all 5 players.
Speaking of times,
No.
I think one thing we need to work on as a collective group is improving game times, because I think the last game last week
Yeah.
could not be finished. We apologize to the
But you knew the result for it.
yeah, we apologize to the 3 viewers that were watching the game live. Due to Duckworth Lewis, the game was ended short. I think 1 over was in bowled, or like
It was like few balls.
yeah,
in
few
last
balls
over.
were in bowl. But as a group, as a collective group, I think we're gonna try and speed up games from next week on, or from this Wednesday.
Yeah,
on.
but see, again, back to that question. Why is it that this has been a trend going on for the Huskies, and is it necessary for Huskies to maybe change the leadership, or maybe change the people in the group as they're not fitting well with the team performance?
I feel the problem that we faced last year was that we had like bare minimum players coming. Like we had only 5 players coming, and the other players, like the players in our team, had other commitments, other important commitments, so we couldn't like
But again,
ask them to.
isn't that the captain's?
No, if they have an academic commitment, then I, as a captain, I do not want to like, because
Well, you
academics
gotta
comes
understand,
first.
It's like about 80 players playing, not just 10 guys in your team. I
Remember,
think everyone has commitments.
Huskies or Shaheens
Yeah, exactly.
last time were given.
And
remember-
unfortunately, our games were held at the time where like other people, if they had a seminar or like a co-op,
So
something.
you're saying you have been unlucky 13 times in a row? Is that what you're gonna say?
See, now let me tell you this. The club had given Huskies 15 to 16 players that time, last semester. And you're telling me that you couldn't get 5 players every week out of 15 to 13 players? Again, let me come back
Okay.
to that point, but look at it this way. There was one player that had little to any attendance at Huskies when he was there, or
Which
Shaheens
game?
when he was there. His name was Farhan Ali.
Okay. Oh, Farhan Ali didn't show up.
He didn't show up, but
No.
that's the point I'm making right now. That same player, when he got traded to the Starks this semester, he's showing up every single game.
So is Karam. Like last season, even Karam didn't show up because they both were together enrolled in some seminars.
That's what
So
I'm coming
maybe
up
that's
to,
what I'm
right?
saying. Like we got unlucky with that one player. Definitely,
That's what I'm
Karam did
com-
not show up.
That's what I'm coming up to. Is as a
And a lot of
captain
games
or as
last
the
game.
leadership of the team, shouldn't you be knowing what your player's agenda or schedule is before you the schedule is made? Because we have had appeals from a lot of captains saying they want this time games or this time games, and we've delivered to that.
No,
But
it was the
nothing from
last match
Huskies.
seminar that was held like a week or two before they told me about it. Like,
Okay,
how could I?
moving on. But what I'm seeing right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 guys, man. 9 guys is enough to win a game. I'm not saying.
No, right now, yeah, I'm talking about the last season.
No,
Anyway.
so let's talk about more
This
what's
season.
in the hand right now, last season. Because your team is pretty similar to my team. Like, we're there, we have been around for 2.5, 3 years. And there are a lot of first years or second years who are part of the mix. With you, I think you have one senior player in Kevin. I have one senior player in Shasta and Prentha. Or 2 senior players in one Shasta and Prentha. And you have Kevin in that mix, okay? So do you think you are still in that exploring phase where you're trying to test out your players? Because I think I do see a lot of promise from both Ishan and Sagar. Because I mean, their first years there, I think Ishan is new to the country as well. He's coming straight from India. But like these guys are decent enough cricketers. Like it's like they can
Yeah,
deliver
definitely,
to a certain
like-
amount. Yeah. Even your girls, I think, like at the girls' practice, I saw both Mahima and Karishma bat.
Yeah, and
They
Karishma
were-
bowled.
they were
Yeah,
pretty
Karishma
good,
bowled
yeah.
really well though. Like she gave away one run in the 1 overs that she bowled.
So what is one thing you're gonna change going forward with?
I think
striking?
my strategy going for this game was to send Kevin and Ishan as the openers, but unfortunately Ishan was a little late and we had to start the game, so we had to send Mushfiq. But either or, it's fine now. Moving on, we just learn from this experience. Like we have 2 more games, we just focus on that
But
one,
do you think
forgetting
that,
about
but
these
like,
ones.
Like I personally think what has been the case with Huskies is that your start has been slow. Not
Yeah.
just this game, but the previous
Like,
game as well. I
I-
think it is time you need to step up and go opening, go first.
I was
'cause
thinking
I think you're second on most runs.
yes.
Yeah, so you're leading the team like by example. So do you think it is time
But I
for you to
still-
go forward?
I was thinking like yes, maybe Kevin can have like come down the order and me and Ishan can step up, like go as the openers. So I'm planning to have a different game plan for the next game. So let's see. Hope that works.
All right.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
move on to Tiger's performance in that game because that
And
was a hell of a
there was just one more controversy at the end with Emirates 6. Like the main umpire gave it as a
Again, see,
6.
that's
like
something,
yeah.
that's something I would personally say would go in the favor of the umpire, as he's the umpire. He should be having the last call on any decision or verdict, and he should be the one making the decisions on the match. He should not be influenced by anyone else and anyone else's biases on what that shot call should have been. Yes, maybe that might not have been a 6, and that might have been a 6. We don't know. That's the umpire's call to make. That's why they're there.
The
And
bells
that's
would have
something-
fallen. The bells. It was a dead ball. It was not a dead ball.
But see,
Similar
that's
case.
That's something you gotta understand is that
Who was umpiring that game?
Swarnadeep and Benji.
Benji.
Both of them new umpires to the thing, though.
Yeah, see again, but you gotta give confidence in the umpires. You might have one decision that goes against your favor, but if it's justified by the umpires as in the terms of the rules and regulations book, then they have all the right to make that call. And then again, the 6 controversy that's clearly defined in the rule book that's completely the umpire's call, and the umpire should make that call.
And one thing I really want to point out has been Misha Patel. I think this semester she has really got involved with the cricket stuff. I think this game I'm seeing she got 2 wickets, and I mean that puts her really like up there in the most wickets right now. But other than that, I think she's also umpiring, which is really like a progressive step for the club as well.
Yes, so she's our first female umpire to ever umpire a game at UCC. So it's a great achievement for that.
Oh yeah, and even with things, with Tigers bowling lineup. I mean, it's a formidable bowling lineup. They have Waleed, they have Atik, they have Ahmed. So you know that 7 out of the 6 guys over that are going to be coming to you are going to be at some good pace. Probably the quickest bowlers at UTSC
Yes,
right now.
Again, you got to understand this. Ahmed also gets hits for 6s.
Yeah.
Atik can also get hit for 6s. It's
about targeting the right bowler.
I mean, we did target, but I came in the 3rd over, and me and Kevin had the strategy to like attack, except seeing Waleed out.
See, what we saw
But we
from-
couldn't like,
what we saw
yeah,
from
but
our
we
end was
couldn't
Kevin
like
was our
execute
captain.
it. And like we had a plan on mind. It's different that you cannot execute it. Some days you just cannot execute it, and it's like
Like, is it maybe
there's
the
no-
planning process that you guys need to talk about this as?
No, we decided like we had very few runs in the first few overs, so we had to attack, and it's okay. We couldn't execute this game. There are more games to come, and
Agreed,
we will,
but
we
what
yeah,
I'm
we will
coming
improve
to the
upon
point
it.
is
And it's
that-
a new team with a completely new
coming-
players,
What
right?
I'm coming to the
So
point is that shouldn't you be decided on before the game as if you're going to attack this other team aggressively or defensively? As if you decide.
yeah, so
if
we
you
went with
decide
a
in the
plan
moment
A
that you
that
get
did
the
not
moment-
work, so we went in with a plan B, and it's okay. We couldn't execute it. We'll try and execute it in the next game.
I love
And
how
sometimes
everyone
you just
thought
like
this interview is gonna be hard on me and Avee, but it has actually turned hard on this guy.
Let's go.
He's just meditating, this guy. I love it.
Okay, back to the questions. The question.
Let's actually go to the next game.
Starks is
You want to talk about Ahmed's? Okay, yeah, let's go to the next game.
We'll bring up
yeah. Let's
more
just talk about this
controversy
game
towards the
to
end.
end. Yes,
So you want to go
the
to
more
which game?
important game,
The second game.
the second game.
Okay,
Ooh.
No, this was a good one actually.
So what happened?
I was
Wait,
working
wait,
out,
wait.
So I missed out pretty much the entire game.
You
but I
didn't
came
miss out
playing
Gandhi's
afterwards.
batting though.
No, I actually kind of missed it out.
You didn't miss it out. Nothing was
just-
there to see.
So let me just. Oh, I was there. I was there. I saw.
I'll get into that.
Yeah,
point.
before-
I saw full
you know,
4.5 seconds of his batting.
Interestingly, Khan before the like in the last episode he was like Gandhi, watch out, and he actually did it.
Okay, now coming.
He
to
said
my
that.
point.
Credit where credit is due. The
Bold.
Khan the Khan
Now
has
let's come to that game. Let's
Okay.
come to that game. Let's come to the controversy that happened there.
No, let's sum up the game first, okay?
Okay, yeah, let's sum up the game.
Because I think
Yeah.
only 3 people
Wait,
saw the game live, so
Gun-
other people might not have.
Who batted? Who batted
Starks
first?
batted first.
Yeah.
We lost the toss, and they gave us batting first. We're okay with that. So again, girls' batting performance was
And to the
quite well actually.
You had a debutant too, right?
Pardon?
You had a debutant too, right? From the females side.
Anushka Yes.
Anushka
Prakash.
Prakash. Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, she played well. I would love to see her more at practices. I know she's
Again,
working,
she's a
so
great player. What I saw was that bowling wise, she might need a little work on, but batting wise, she's an excellent batsman, and we can work on that.
So let's start how the game started. So last week, the week before this, Khanzada Khan decided to open against my bowling, and that went pretty downhill. And he decided he's not gonna do it again.
Wait, did he win the toss, elected to bat first, and then were like, oh shit, I need to bowl first? Did something like that happen?
That's a retro throwback, but not this time. So so Khanzada basically their team decided to bowl, and despite whatever happened last week, Khanzada decided, no, I'm the captain. I need to bowl the first over, and he comes in. And two veterans of UTSC cricket. I mean, one has been on campus for about 25 years, the other for 18 years. Inti and Imi both were opening the batting for Starks. And I think first ball Imran hit a 6, right?
Let me come to
Let
that
the player who played the game
sorry,
talk.
guys.
You shut up now.
Let me come to that point. So basically, with that point, Khan's bowling. First of all, I've never seen a bowler miss so many balls off the target as much as Khan.
Hold up.
And then you can-
No. Let him speak.
You can go
No,
back-
let him speak.
You can go back and review the videos online on the Facebook Live if you haven't seen the game. If you weren't one of the 3 guys watching the game.
What do you mean? The game? Okay, I was there in strikers
Now,
huddles.
listen-
Okay, it was a short ball strategy that was used against Avee's team. Okay.
Now, if a bowler is giving you such a easy ball to hit and tempting ball to hit, any batsman understand will go for a shot. Similarly, what happened with Imran or Intihan or even me as well when I went to go bat was I didn't get out because someone caught the ball or because someone got.
You got clean bowl.
I actually, if you
On
want
a short ball.
you want to go back, you can go back. And check
Inside it stump,
I hit the ball
bro.
and went on the.
You were pulling the ball
I went
when there is a leg side sidetrack. You were pulling the ball.
But Gandhi, I have a question to you though. There was a rumor going on. The Khanzada might get banned after this over from UTSC Cricket Club for a season.
Listen, I think he should not be bowling at all. To be honest with you, he should be banned from bowling as a whole.
So we have sent Khanzada Khan's reports to the biomechanics thing in England. They're gonna check if he's chucking or not.
So should Akash, right?
Bro, Akash is straight. Pause the video. His wrist bends. Okay. That's the
Okay,
thing.
sure. Okay, so but back to that, it was a bad, no doubt what the bowling was, but it was no excuse that we did not bat up to the part that game, and we need to improve that. So that's something that we agree that we did not do. But again, our bowling wise, we actually did quite well, and if umpiring and the rule book was followed, then that game would have been ours to win. But sadly, I think nowadays people don't have respect
What do you
for
mean
the
rule book?
Rule book. So if you go look at the rule book of UCC Interhouse, the rules and regulations book, has a specific rule under the female player rule that says that if a team does not have any female players on it, they automatically there's
Okay.
automatically.
Did you edit that last minute, knowing that Khanzada's team
You
did
can
not
go
have
check
any
that. You
goals?
can go check that Facebook page. It's not been, or that note that is on Facebook. It's not been edited for the past 3 months now. So it was there for the past 3 months. So I can't.
Why wasn't it used in any other game?
Again, it's like man kidding. If you want to like, it's a rule that's in the book.
Man canning, man, not man kidding, man canning. Okay.
So it's like man canning, but again, the same thing applies there. Is that if, let's say, as a captain or as a player, I do not want to appeal for that rule, as in for the spirit of the game, I have the right not to do so. But that doesn't mean that rule can be that rule was not there.
So you were going against the spirit of the game, because
Again, it's a game, buddy.
I'm just saying, I'm just asking.
As
Just
a captain,
asking.
my job is to deliver a win for my team, and that's what I was doing. So again, that rule clearly says that if you don't have any female players, automatically, if you're playing for 7 overs, you get 1 over deducted from that. It's not going to specific.
Do you think it might have been a typo, or that time
Yeah.
playing with 8
That
overs?
rule,
No.
okay, now coming to that point, that rule has been discussed in the umpires' training manuals, training PowerPoints, so it was there. So nowhere can the
I
umpires
attended
say that-
this training camp in the summer. I
Yeah.
never heard about that rule.
Go review the present PowerPoint.
And
Maybe,
still
but I
passed,
never-
And you still passed.
And I still passed.
This is my problem with UTSC umpires.
Now, if you want, you can go review that PowerPoint. That's with you. I have not edited it. It's with you. Go review it, and the rules gonna be there.
But it was spoken about it clearly, and it was never implied. So
In the summer, now coming to that point, in the summer, it was mainly for the outdoor tournament that we were hosting.
No,
And
I'm
that's
pretty
why-
sure we spoke
and
about the
that's why
Interhouse
you were
too.
not allowed to umpire anymore in this season because there was a
No,
new
but I
session.
did umpire in the fall semester,
Fall
right?
semester,
Yeah.
but then the rules changed and the
Yeah,
exams-
rules changed, so I don't know about it. But in the
rules changed,
summer
but again,
sem, the first
rules
sem,
changed, but
yeah.
that rule specifically was there, and it was mentioned in the PowerPoint as well. Even in the one edited by Ahmed, that he edited the PowerPoint, that rule was still there. So hence that rule again was not removed from the umpire's training manual, and at the same time was not removed from the UCC rulebook.
All I'm gonna say is like I did not hear about it, but okay.
So again,
moving
it's
on.
something on yours. I'll come back to that. Actually, in statistics, if you go back and review the game from 2018 against Stark versus Wolfpack in the 2018 fall, that game this rule was applied against Wolfpack, and we applied that time too because we were not doing so well, and we thought that we might have lose this game on this basis that they
Objection, Your
might
Honor.
chase it. So we applied that rule and restricted them for 6 overs, and it was a close game, but we won that game at the end of the day. So that rule, if it was applied then, my question is, it's been a rule for so many years. Why can I not apply it right now? And what happened was during that game is that I showed that rule to the umpires, and umpires said, hey, he has all the rights to apply it because it's in the rulebook, clearly says in the rulebook. And Khanzad accepted to that as well. But then all of a sudden, Ahmed and Salih came up to the pitch and said, no, we can't apply because we never used it. Again,
Yeah,
not
so we
something-
should have like a consistency, right? Like
That's
either
what
all
I
team
actually
gets
agree with that.
penalized or
Yes.
no one gets penalized. If Husky did not get penalized
That's
for
the
having
same
no
thing.
girls,
That's the
no
same
one should
thing-
else get,
that's the
right?
same thing
Because
I'm
either
saying.
have that consistency.
That's the thing I'm saying. That rule has been only not applied because the captain is not.
But Raghav, as someone who's not Avee, do you feel a lot of the times a lot of the rules only come up when he himself is involved?
because
Hmm.
No, hold up. My question is to Raghav though.
Yeah,
Go
say
for
it
it.
again.
the rules only come up when I'm playing.
New rules come up when you're playing, yes.
No, okay. Now
The rules that no one knows
now coming
about
to your point,
comes
now
up
com- now coming
when
to your
you're
point,
playing,
Is
yes.
it my fault that I've read the rule book and
So
you
hold
guys
up.
haven't?
Is there LBW? I'm gonna make this sure. Is there
Yeah.
LBW in
Interhouse?
UTSC table? Yes.
No.
Okay.
It clearly says in the rule book that there is no LBW in Interhouse.
Cool
Indoor
story.
cricket. So that's again.
It is what it is.
It's
It
not
is
my
what it
fault
is.
that I've read the rules in details and I follow the rules. Up till
You
the-
have written the rules. You have not
Yeah.
read them in detail. You have written them.
Again, I'm coming to that point is that Khanzada himself as an umpiring director had not read the rules until
But what
this
language
year.
was the conversation in?
Huh?
What language was the conversation in?
In English.
Okay.
He had not read the rules until this
Maybe this one.
until this semester began. So again, is that my problem or my fault that as an umpiring director he did not read the rules? The rules were out there. He had all the access to it. It was his job to go and read it. I'm not there to babysit everyone and tell them that hey, this is a rule, this is a rule, this is a rule. They're out there. You have to go in and start reading it yourself for you to apply that rule. And if the rule was there, no one had the right to come and go against that and actually force the umpires to change the decision. That's what happened. And the game was given away to Khanzada's team by giving them 7
Have you
overs.
filed a formal protest against them?
I've also filed a formal protest.
Did you have you emailed the president?
I had an email to the umpires because the president decided that this matter should have been discussed by the umpires and not by the presidents or anyone else on the club, as this is their job. And like I said earlier, on the field, what happens is their job, and as outsiders, we should not be interrupting them and making their decisions. Same thing happened in your game, I believe, with the Ahmed 6 and what. I came to the umpires. The only words I told them is that, "Are you confident with your decision? Then stick by it."